is Lee Tessier. I'm president of the Maine Acadian Heritage Council. The council works to preserve the Acadian language and culture in the St. John Valley. It really is very, very cool to see all your beautiful faces. And what's even more special for me, I see a lot of my former students among you. And even your principal was one of my students. Ask me if he behaved or not. So I'm here to introduce Le Bon Truc. They joined together 12 years ago to play traditional French dance and folk music from several areas in France, along with many other places. This is Steve on clarinets, sax, and flute. Barb plays the dulcimer, banjo, and guitar, and Gary plays the accordion. Over the decade, they've played on street corners, in cafes, at dance festivals, in barns, in an orchard, in bars, and in a surprising number of churches. Their goal is to bring a little bit of uncomplicated, rhythmic, and melodic happiness with them wherever they go. So let's put our hands together and welcome Le Bon Truc.
Thank you. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. As you said, we are Le Bon Truc. That means the good thing, because the first time we played together, we said, that was a pretty good thing, so let's keep doing it. And without further ado, we're going to play, well, I want to say that we're going to play some music we hope you enjoy. We're going to talk about all of these instruments back here with us. We're going to talk about some music, and we're going to we're going to see, we've got some little French quizzes for you to see if you know some words that we know. Anyway, we're going to play our first tune for you right now. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. You've always been a great audience already. I can tell you're going to be a great audience, and we really appreciate that. So we just played you a couple of dance tunes called polkas that have been a popular dance all over Europe and many other places for a long time and are still done. I wish I could demonstrate that, but maybe some other time when I have a dance partner here. But first, next, I want to talk a little bit about our instruments. I wasn't playing this one, but I bet you, it's a pretty common instrument. I bet you a few people here might be able to raise their hand and tell me what instrument this is. Yes? Flute. No, it's not a flute. If it was flute, I'd be playing like this, but it plays like this. Yes? Close, but also not exactly right. Back there, you can sure. Oh, I think I heard somebody say it. Yeah? It's not a trumpet, because I'd be playing like this, and it would sound somewhat different in the back. A clarinet, that's what it is. Yeah, good job. Thank you. So remember that sounds like this. But the instrument I was playing is this guy, and I'm going to give you a hint. It's also a clarinet, but you might have heard that sound. Kind of. What's the difference? How does that sound compared to the first one? Anybody? Yeah. So that's the next question. This question is, how does it sound different from that instrument? Yeah. It's louder. Something else too. In the back? Yeah.
Deeper.
It's deeper. It's lower. That's right. And this is an instrument called a bass clarinet. Just like there's bass guitars in a lot of bands, this is a bass clarinet. Pretty much the same thing. Just, whoops, I almost gave away the answer to the next question. What do you think makes it lower? Yeah, in the red shirt. No? Yeah. How about in the back? What makes it lower? Yeah. That's kind of true, but there's something about the two instruments. Yeah.
That you're blowing less air into it.
That's actually I'm blowing. That's not why it's deeper. Oh, it's close. Yeah. Somebody else. How about you? Yeah. That's a good possibility. I'm gonna give you a hint by holding them up next to each other. Now, I can't point to anybody, just answer. What do you think? Yes, they're bigger. And we're going to find out that that's true of a lot of musical instruments. Bigger ones are lower. Yeah. So bigger ones are lower and smaller ones are higher. And that's what we just said. Gary is going to tell us about why that works on accordions.
So I play accordions, which is a very traditional French instrument, and I play all different kinds of accordions, and this is my second favorite accordion. I named it Tiny. Why? Because it's small. I think that. And what you'll notice is that it's just plays very high sound. And then, so my favorite accordion is this one. And you notice it's larger. And it plays.
Why are you trying to scare us? Oh, I know why.
Very dramatic.
Yes.
Yes.
They're trying to scare us because it's Halloween tomorrow, right? so you said that's your favorite.
This is my
accordion.
favorite. That's
your
my second favorite.
But what about this poor little red accordion down here? I
That's
think
my
he likes you a lot
third
too.
favorite.
Okay, all right.
I do what I can. So all of these are accordions now. So let's play some music.
Let's play some music. We'll hear about carved instruments in a little while. I just want to tell you one thing about the next song we're going to play. We have a special little theme in it that I want you to listen for. It sounds like this. And what I would like you to do to help us with that theme is when you hear it, raise your hand, and when you stop hearing it, put your hand down. Let's practice that. Okay, you got the idea. You did a good job just then. We're going to try it again. Right?
It was good.
That's good. Listening out there, I saw a lot of hands going up and down at exactly what time to help us with our little theme there. Thank you. Okay, now it's time to talk a little bit about French. So how many people here have grandparents who speak French at home? That's what I thought. Quite a few. How about parents who speak French at home? Yeah, and any of you speak French at home? Wow, okay, well that makes it harder on your parents in some ways, but easy in other ways. What I'm thinking about is in the culture I grew up in a Jewish culture, and my grandparents and parents spoke a language called Yiddish. And my parents only spoke it when they didn't want the kids to understand what they were saying. So I bet you that happens in some of your families, but for some of you, your parents are going to have to do other things to keep secrets from you. Maybe they don't need to keep secrets from you at all. Does anybody know how to say 1, 2, 3 in French? How about together? Very bien. Let's keep on counting up to 10. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Does anybody here have a French class? Wow. Because the 4th and 5th and 6th graders, well, whoever was here this morning, you guys count much better than them. I'm impressed. Very good. How about counting down from 10? Can you do that? Let's all do that together. 10, 9, très bien. So if you listen carefully in our next song, it's about counting down. And it's about counting down. Does anybody know what the word mouton means? Yeah, what does it mean? No, that's not the word I'm thinking of. The word I'm thinking of is an animal that goes bah. Yes. So, and what do you call somebody who takes care of sheep? Okay, what about somebody who just takes care of sheep and does nothing else? A shepherd, that's right. Do you know what, if it's a woman who's taking care of the sheep, there's another word for her. It's like the same, it's almost the same. A shepherdess. This song is about a shepherdess. Her name is Madalena. And in the song, she's counting her sheep. She's starting off saying, J'ai 8 à 9 moutons dans mon ménage en haut. J'ai 8 à 9 moutons dans mon ménage en bas. And she's saying, I've got 8 or 9 sheep. I think they're up in that pasture, or maybe they're down in that pasture. And if you listen to the song, the next time we sing, she says, J'ai 6 à 7 moutons. I've got 6 or 7 sheep. She's losing her sheep pretty fast. She's not sure whether they're up or down, in which pasture they're in.
She's not a very good shepherdess.
You think so? I agree. In fact, the chorus of the song goes, Changerais-tu, Madeleine, Madeleine, changerais-tu, dors-tu? Which to me means, Madeleine, are you going to get your act together, or are you just going to sleep all the time? In other words, let's not lose your sheep. Let's sing. We're going to sing about that. If you want to hear us counting, you can sing along with us.
J'ai 8 à 9 moutons dans mon ménage en haut. J'ai 8 à 9 moutons dans mon ménage en bas. Dans mon ménage en haut, dans mon ménage en bas.
Thank you.
Hey, go, hey, Madalena, Madalena, go, Madalena, go, Hey, don't play to Madalena, Madalena, don't play to Madalena, go to.
Thank you. Poor Madalena, she lost all her own compete. Cora, would you like to tell us about your instruments now?
Sure.
Thank you.
I will tell you what I have it here. I was just playing one of these that a friend of mine made. Does anybody know what this is? Tambourine. That's what it is. And he added some extra bells on it because he does things like that when he makes instruments. He changes things. But most of the instruments I have here have strings on them, like guitars. Does anybody play a guitar? I thought there might be some guitar players in there. So this is a little guitar. This one doesn't have 6 strings like the big guitars. It has only 4. And it's called a tenor guitar. So it's a little bit smaller. And this one looks like a tiny banjo. And it is a tiny banjo ukulele. So somebody took an idea of a banjo and a ukulele and mashed them together. And this one has nylon strings on it instead of steel strings, and it does sound a little like a banjo because of the head that's on it, which is the kind of head you see on drums. That's what they use on banjos. This one might be something that not too many of you have seen. Has anyone seen an instrument that looks like this before? If you have, this is called an Appalachian dulcimer. Sometimes called a fretted dulcimer, a lap dulcimer, and sometimes just a dulcimer. And it also has 4 strings on it. And it's very long and skinny, and that's why it sits on my lap to play. This one is going through the amplifier because it's a very quiet instrument and the microphones don't generally pick it up too well, so I have to plug it in like an electric guitar.
Grab a song.
Sorry. Steve, cut it out.
What did I do? I know, I'm in charge of the sound. How come I'm not doing a better job?
Okay.
Time to see if your French, to test your French vocabulary. It's a pen. That's the English vocabulary. Comment on dit en français? What's the French word for that? Anybody know the French word for that? I think I heard somebody say stylo. Is that the right word?
Stylo.
Stylo. Et la prochaine chose, right? Does anyone know the French word for cake? I heard somebody say gâteau.
Gâteau, he said over there.
What?
Hey. You got it.
Yeah.
Can I just pause and say for a minute that,
Yes. Wait a second. Is that a French word? Is that le bike? Who knows the French word for bike? It begins with a... Who can... You know the French word for bike? Turn it, show us what the word is. Hey, there you go. Good job. We're almost done with your test. Yeah, I know it's a flag. What's the French word for it? Anybody know the French word? I don't think, I couldn't hear what you're saying.
No, driving.
France.
Oh! So, I think he said France. Yeah, this is a country it's from. Except, you're not quite correct. Because I said that it was France, too. But Gary corrected me. Do you see the little gold star in the corner? That makes it not the flag of France, but the flag of... No? It's the... Thank you. I noticed that our friend Don in the back was wearing a pin of that because it's the Acadian flag. That's something I learned.
That's Canada.
No, Acadia. Anyway. En français. Anybody know? In the back. So somebody in the back raised their hand and I called him and he knows you didn't hear them hear what they had to say. And now I forget who it was. So I think she had a pink shirt on. Oh, okay. I don't think that's the word I was looking for. Turn it around.
Chapeau.
Oh! Okay. That's our French vocabulary test. The reason we brought up those words is our next song is about somebody who gets 3 new things. And I want you to listen. And so we had 6 things here. I want you to look at the end of this, do a little quiz to see whether you recognize the 3 things in the song and the 3 things that weren't in the song. So here we go with, here's a little hint. J'ai un nouveau chapeau, I've got a new hat. Okay, now here's that little quiz. Gary's going to hold up the pictures again, and if you hold up the picture that was in the song, I want you to clap. Was there a chapeau in the song? Yeah. Okay.
There was a chapeau in the song.
And was there a sabot, a shoe in the song? I think there was. Good clapping. Was there a flag in the song? No, there was not. Je n'ai pas un nouveau drapeau. Was there a gâteau? No. C'est dommage, je n'ai pas un nouveau gâteau.
There should have been, because I like cake.
Right. Okay. Uh-oh. What about un vélo? Yes! You're listening, everybody who got those. Okay.
I want to point out a girl in the back row in light blue shirt was doing this. Very encouraging to us musicians. Really appreciate it. Just want to say thank you.
Yes, a lot of people were keeping the beat really well by clapping along with us. Thank you. And you can keep on doing that in other songs. We're going to do Galloping next.
Wait, what?
Galloping. Instead of clapping in the next song, we're going to do some motions because the song is called Galloping. What that means, Nantes is from a town in Brittany in the western part of France called Nantes. And a galop is a kind of dance, which as you maybe can guess because it sounds like the word gallop or fast dance. This dance has a special kind of music in it, so we're going to play it just one time first. And I want you to listen and see if you can tell me what's special about this song. So what do you think was special about that song? A little bit different from the other songs. Yes, what do you think?
We started and stopped, which we did.
Yes, we started and stopped. Anything else? Any other ideas? Yeah.
It was way shorter.
It was way shorter. Well, we're not done yet. Anybody else notice anything about it? Yeah, right here. It had, well, was it the same steady beat all the way through? Or what was different about it? Yeah. And it also started off slow. And then it got a little faster. And then finally it got fast. It got play, beats. The reason that happens is there's a story that goes with the song. Remember I said it was about galloping. So the story, at least I made up the story, I think it goes well with the song. It's about a horse who gets let out of the pasture and is just kind of trotting along. But that horse has just gotten let out of the barn and wants to gallop, and the horse is getting very impatient, so it goes da-dum, 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 da-dum. It's pawing the ground saying, I want to gallop. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. And then finally, so, while we're playing it, would you help us out by having the horse trotting around? And then the horse is going to get impatient and go. And finally, the horse is going to gallop. Beautiful! But you probably have noticed already that we like to make sure you're doing your best job, and we try to trick you a little bit. So, we're not always going to get fast and slow in the same places. So I want to see if you can do your trotting, and your impatient hooping, and your galloping when we take seats. Here we go. On a walk. You did a great job. As usual, my band didn't do as good a job. So, we need something to help us do a little bit better. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Has anyone ever seen somebody do this in front of? Yes. So what kind of group did this person do it in front of? Yes? Yeah. I can't hear what you're saying, so I'm just gonna, yeah. So this is somebody that would be called a conductor who gets up in front of an orchestra or a band, and will go. And we're gonna hand the baton over. By the way, baton is a French word. The bâton which, does anybody know what baton means in French? It just means stick. And so conductors use a baton, and Barb is going to be our conductor now. And she's going to conduct you and us.
I don't do this.
You do now.
Okay,
She looks like a very stern conductor, too.
all right. See if we can do this. Are you ready? All right. I'm going to count off first. How many do I count off on this, Steve?
You're the conductor, as many as you want. Maybe
About
four.
four.
Okay.
Forward.
That's always a good choice.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Want to keep going?
Yes, please. Wow.
Sorry, got carried away.
But we're not quite done with conducting, because I know there's somebody in this room who I think can do an even better job.
He's always wanted to be a conductor, and we allowed his dream to come true.
Because he likes, you know that he likes being in charge of stuff. So we're going to bring Principal Nato down here to conduct you and to conduct us.
Yeah! All right! Come on, do that!
Yeah.
You! This is a lot of work, man.
It is.
Let's play some music.
Okay, let's play, let's just play the Andros.
Sorry. That's me knocking against this mic.
Oh, you know what? We keep on forgetting to do this, but we want to find out if you have any questions that maybe we can answer about instruments or about French music or whatever. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask us? Yes, sir. Could you stand up and say it nice and loud so I can hear you? What am I holding? That is a good question because I haven't talked about this guy yet. Does anybody know what kind of clarinet this is? It's not a trumpet. You guys like trumpets a lot. I'm sorry we don't have one. Oh, I heard somebody say saxophone, and that is correct. This is not a clarinet at all, it's a saxophone. So any other questions? Yes, what's your question?
What kind of sound does that instrument make?
This instrument? You tell me. A loud sound, I think. I see some of the kids in the front row are going like this. Sorry about that.
Actually, now your stuff are perfectly awesome.
Wow, thank you so much.
Any other questions?
I got one over here.
Okay.
What is it called in French?
Oh my God.
I'm afraid it's just called, the saxo, I think is the saxo sopran or something like that. I don't actually know. Which is kind of funny because I think saxophone was invented by a Frenchman named Adolphe Sax. Okay, we have time for one more question. Or
They're all over here.
Okay.
Over there in blue, yeah, right there. Could you stand up so we can hear you?
Beat and are those things you learn about in music class? I could tell. I used to be a music teacher, and it was a very important thing to teach. Okay, let's see. I think we can do that with our next song.
Okay.
So here's what I'd like to do. We're gonna play a song, and I would like you to just tap the beat. Actually, clap the beat. See if you can see how that goes. Well,
Wait until the music starts, please.
They're still not very good at following the conductor.
Sorry.
Okay, so they did a great job doing the beat. Now this is what's always tricky for me and for my students is we're going to do the same thing, but I want you to clap the rhythm and see how that goes. So try this. Come on, keep on going.
We just want to play.
I know, but I want to. They're such good students. I want to teach them stuff.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you think we could do this side of the room doing the beat? Let's do it. Tap it on your legs. Okay. And this side of the room, let's clap the rhythm. Okay, keep on going. Here we go. That was a very good job with the rhythm and the beat. Thank you for that suggestion. Thank you for doing such a good job. I think we have time for one more song. And we're going to do a song that Gary composed. You want to talk a little bit about composing music, writing music?
It's not that tricky to write music. You don't have to go to school for years. You don't have to be a genius or anything like that. Anybody can write music. You just have to have a tune in your head and then tell it to somebody. And that's what happened to me. Is I was just, practicing, playing around, and a tune came into my head, and I remembered it, and then I wrote it down, and it became this tune. It's crazy. And it's called Mazurka Beat, which means the fast mazurka, because when I played it for people, they said, that's too fast to dance a mazurka. Too fast to dance to. And I said, well, yeah, it's Mazurka Beat. It's the fast mazurka. And so I didn't change it because it's a good tune.
That's right. So we're going to play for you Mazurka Beat.
Thank you. We are the Bon Truc.
The good thing. Did I say what that meant?
Yes, you did.
Okay, good. And you have been a good audience, a really good audience. So thank you very much. It's been really fun to come here to Fort Kent Elementary and to meet you all. And I hope you heard some music you like and you learned a few things about music and about some French words. Anyway, thank you very much.
That's a great thank you.